Welcome back to Pet's Joy Moments, where every paw print tells a story. Today, we invite you to step into a world where animals speak, forests breathe, and every tale carries a timeless lesson. In this magical episode, we're sharing 15 animal fairy tales that show the magic of nature. Heartwarming, wise, and full of wonder. From brave little birds to wise old turtles, these stories will remind you of the beauty and kindness, courage, and the natural world around us. So grab a cozy seat, open your heart, and let the magic begin. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap to never miss a moment of joy from Pet's Joy Moments. Story: The Bat and the Stars. High in the starry sky, there lived a little bat named Demo. Every night he would soar through the darkness, yet his heart longed to touch the distant, twinkling stars. If only I could reach those stars. They're so bright and magical. The elder owls of the forest overheard Demo's dream and burst out laughing. You're a bat, meant to fly in darkness. Don't chase dreams that are too far beyond you. Even if you don't believe, I'll still try my best. Unwilling to give up, Demo trained every night. He flew higher and longer, battling cold winds and tired wings. Demo, each flight takes me one step closer to my dream. One special night, after endless effort, Demo flew higher than ever, and in a magical moment, he brushed close to a shooting star blazing across the sky. I did it. I really flew close to the stars. Demo didn't just reach his dream. He inspired every animal in the forest. His dream was no longer foolish. It was proof of the power of will. Old Owl. I was wrong, Demo. You've shown me that no dream is too far when you have courage. Demo's story reminds us that no dream is too big if we dare to believe and keep trying. Story: The Lion in the Well. In a once lush green forest, a long drought had left every creature struggling to find water. One day, the animals discovered an old well sealed with a massive stone. Dear, if we don't find a way to get water soon, the whole forest will dry up. I will try to move the stone. Despite using all its strength, the lion couldn't move the stone. It realized that personal power alone wasn't enough to solve a big problem. This stone is too heavy. I need everyone's help. When the other animals heard the news, they all gathered at the well. From the smallest to the largest, each one offered their help. Monkey, I'll pull the ropes. Elephant, I'll use my strength to help push. Lion, for the first time, together we can do this. With everyone's efforts combined, the stone slowly shifted and rolled away. A stream of fresh, cool water gushed from the well. We did it. Rabbit, we are stronger when we stand together. From that day on, the well was more than just a water source. It became a symbol of unity for all the forest creatures. Lion, looking at the animals, the greatest strength doesn't come from one, but from all of us together. Monkey, will always stand by each other. In life, there will be challenges too big to face alone, but with trust and unity, there is nothing we cannot overcome together. Story: The Goat and the Leopard. A tale of caution and survival. Deep in a dense forest, a gentle goat wandered, searching for food under the soft rays of the sun. Always careful, the goat knew the forest held not just flowers and grass, but lurking dangers. Goat, looking around nervously. I must eat quickly and leave. The sun is setting, and darkness hides many surprises. Suddenly, from behind the bushes, a sleek leopard emerged. It had been watching the goat from afar, its eyes gleaming with hunger. A delicious meal awaits me. Just a few steps, and it's mine. Goat, frightened, I must stay calm. If I panic, I'll surely become prey. The goat knew it couldn't outrun the leopard. It had to use its brain to survive. Goat, Mr. Leopard, if you eat me now, you'll regret it. I just ate a poisonous plant. If you wait a few hours, I'll recover and be much tastier. Really? If that's true, I'll get a better meal. But if you're lying, the leopard decided to leave and wait, but the goat didn't. It quickly fled into the dense forest, far from danger. I'll come back later. That will be a better feast. Goat, I can't rely on luck. This is my only chance. The goat survived thanks to its caution and wisdom. The story teaches us that strength isn't everything. Awareness and clever thinking can be the greatest shields. Goat, standing on a rock, watching the sunrise. Caution doesn't mean fear. It's the way to protect yourself in a world full of hidden dangers. And that was the story of the goat and the leopard. A powerful reminder that wisdom and caution are often more powerful than strength. Story: The Elephant and the Spider. In a peaceful forest where sunlight gently filtered through the trees, a large elephant was slowly walking along the leafy paths. High up on a branch, a tiny spider was busily spinning her shimmering web. "Hello, Mr. Elephant. Where are you going?" "Hello, little spider. Just out for a walk. Your web is really beautiful." The elephant and the spider began to chat. Though different in size and way of life, both were curious about each other's world. "Elephant, you live way up here? I've never seen the world from above. And I've never felt what it's like to walk on the ground." The next day, the elephant accidentally got stuck in a deep pit. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't climb out. "Someone help me. I'm stuck." "Don't worry, I'll find help." The little spider wasn't strong enough to help the elephant, but she didn't give up. She quickly ran to rally other forest creatures. Spider urgently, "We need to unite. Let's help the elephant. We're on our way." "Parrot, let's work together." Thanks to teamwork and the spider's clever idea, the group helped the elephant climb out of the pit. He couldn't hold back his tears of gratitude. "Thank you. Thank you all. And thank you, little spider. We all need each other, no matter how big or small." From that day on, the elephant and the spider became the best of friends. Their story spread throughout the forest as a symbol of true friendship and understanding. I've learned that strength comes not only from size, but from heart and wisdom. And anyone can make a difference, no matter how small. The story of the elephant and the spider reminds us, friendship knows no size, and learning from each other makes us all stronger. Story: The Turtle and the Stream. In a dense forest, there lived a small turtle named Toma. One day, Toma decided to cross the forest to reach a green meadow he had heard stories about. But along the way, a deep, fast-flowing stream blocked his path. Looking at the stream, "That's where I want to go. But how can I get across this stream?" As Toma approached, the stream seemed to sense the turtle's hesitation. Soft, "Hello, little turtle. I am a stream that never stops flowing. If you want to cross, you will need patience and cleverness." Toma, slightly trembling but determined, "I won't give up. I'll find a way." Toma stepped carefully into the stream. The current was strong and made him slip, but he refused to give up. Struggling but stepping forward, slowly, "I won't stop." Toma slipped and fell into the water. The stream carried him a short distance, but grabbing onto a branch, he climbed back up. "I'm okay. I'll try again." Finally, after many tries, Toma found steady rocks and crossed the stream safely. He lifted his head high, knowing he had conquered his own fear. "I did it. With persistence, nothing is impossible." Toma teaches us that no matter how difficult the path may be, if we don't give up and keep trying, every stream in life can be crossed. Story: The Sparrow and the Eagle. High on a cliff, where the sky meets the wild mountains, lived a little sparrow named Simi. Every day he would gaze up at the eagle soaring freely above. Deep in his heart, a dream was burning, to one day fly as high as that mighty bird. Simi, looking up, eyes full of admiration. I wish one day I could fly as high as the eagle. One day the eagle landed near Simi. Seeing the longing in his eyes, the eagle smiled and said, "Warm and calm. Flying high doesn't just take strong wings, it takes a heart that's not afraid to fail. Sirius, how can I become strong like you?" From that day on, Simi began training every day. Though he fell many times and got hurt, he always got back up. Panting, "Every fall brings me one step closer to the sky." Finally, after days of effort, Simi flew higher than ever before. In the open sky, he spread his wings wide, free and proud. "I did it. This sky belongs to me too." From a tiny sparrow, Simi had become a warrior of the skies, not by nature, but through relentless effort. The journey to the sky always begins with a fall. And each time I get up, I grow stronger. It's not where you start that defines you, but how much you believe and strive each day. Anyone can soar high if they never stop trying. Story: The Dog and the Fox. In a peaceful forest there lived a dog named Max, gentle, loyal, and living near a small village at the forest's edge. One day, Max met a fox named Vix, quick, clever, and lonely. Dogs are friends of humans, but do they truly understand you? "Max, I stay loyal to those who care for me. And what do you believe in?" While wandering, Vix fell into a metal hunter's trap. She struggled in fear. Hearing her cries, Max rushed to the scene. "Help me, I'm stuck in a trap." "Don't worry, I won't leave you." Max used his paws and mouth to dig and pry. After much effort, the trap finally loosened, freeing Vix. "You're safe now. Be more careful next time." "Vix, you risked yourself for me?" The next day, the hunter returned. Vix saw Max being lured toward another trap. Now it was her turn to decide. "He trusted me and saved me. I can't abandon him now." "Vix, be careful. Don't come closer." Vix jumped out and pushed Max away from the trap. Together, they escaped deeper into the woods. From that moment, their trust became unbreakable. "Why did you save me?" "Vix, because you believed in me first." True friendship is built on loyalty and trust. No matter how different we are, when we give trust, miracles can happen. Story: The Deer and the Donkey. In a peaceful forest, a proud deer was often praised as the most graceful and beautiful animal. One day, he came across a donkey carrying heavy firewood through the woods. "Look at me, graceful steps, sleek fur, and you, always dusty and burdened. I may not be beautiful, but I have my own value." The deer often mocked the donkey whenever they met. The donkey, however, remained silent, continuing his daily work without letting the cruel words affect him. "Dear, what use are you besides carrying loads? I may not shine, but I do things others rely on." One day, heavy rain poured down suddenly. The deer, afraid of water and mud, panicked and ran wildly. The donkey stayed calm, helping travelers and supplies to safety. "Oh no, mud, my beautiful fur. Don't worry, I'll help get everyone across safely." When the rain stopped, the villagers expressed their gratitude to the donkey. The deer stood silently, watching. For the first time, he realized that beauty is more than appearances. I was wrong. You're truly brave and useful." Everyone has their own value. We don't need to compare, just live truthfully. Since then, the deer and the donkey became good friends. The deer learned to respect others' worth, while the donkey continued living with sincerity and humility. Dear, from now on, let's be friends. Of course, my friend. The story of the deer and the donkey reminds us, True value doesn't lie in appearances, but in how we live and contribute. Everyone has their own kind of beauty. Just believe in yourself. Story: The Rooster and the Diamond. On a peaceful farm, a rooster named Vang lived with his flock. Every morning, he crowed loudly to wake the farm and diligently scratched the ground for grains of corn. "Rooster Vang, grain! I'm gonna be full today." Suddenly, beneath the damp soil, Vang discovered something sparkling. A diamond as large as a corn kernel. "Oh, what's this shiny thing?" Looking at the sparkling diamond, Vang shook his head and sighed. "It's pretty, but I can't eat it. If only it were a grain of corn." A diamond may be priceless to humans, but it meant nothing to the hungry rooster. Vang left it behind and continued searching for food. Food is what I need, not glittering things. Humans may crave diamonds, but for the rooster, true value lies in the grains that keep him alive each day. A simple life with enough is true happiness. Don't let glittering appearances deceive your heart. True value lies in what brings meaning, happiness, and sustenance each day. Story: The Horse and the River. In a vast, green meadow lived a young horse named Star. He was strong and full of energy, but he was terribly afraid of water. Every day, Star ran along the riverbank, but he never dared to cross. "Star, this river is too deep. What if I fall in?" One day, while galloping, Star got separated from the herd. In front of him was the river, the only thing blocking his way home. "I have to go back. But how can I cross this river? I'm not as scary as you think. Trust in your own steps." Star took a deep breath. He remembered his mother's words. Being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you go on despite the fear. "I can do this. I must try." Step by step, Star walked into the water. It was cool and refreshing. He moved slowly but steadily and made it to the other side. Star trembling and amazed. I'm really doing it." As he stepped onto the far shore, Star was no longer just a young horse. He had faced his fear and grown into something greater. "Star, I did it. The river isn't scary anymore." Sometimes what stops us isn't the obstacle in front, but the fear inside. Once you step past it, you'll find you're stronger than you ever imagined. Story: The Peacock and the Rabbit, a lesson in true beauty. One bright spring morning, in a forest full of blooming flowers and dancing butterflies, a cheerful white rabbit was hopping along when he suddenly saw a magnificent creature. Lamb, the peacock, with feathers shimmering like a rainbow. Peacock Lamb: "Hello, little rabbit. Do you see how beautiful my feathers are? Every creature in the forest admires me." "Yes, you're very beautiful. I'm just an ordinary rabbit." Peacock Lamb kept boasting about his looks, while Rabbit Now lowered his head, feeling small and plain. "No one can compare to me. I am the symbol of beauty. Sadly, I wish I were like you, beautiful and dazzling." Suddenly, a strong wind blew through the forest. Peacock Lamb panicked. His long, heavy tail made it impossible to fly or run quickly. Branches started falling near him. Peacock cried, "Help me. I can't move. Someone, please help." Rabbit Now: "Don't worry. I'll help you." Using his sharp teeth and agility, Rabbit Now bit through the branches and freed Peacock Lamb. They found shelter under a large tree together. Peacock Lamb: "You saved me. You're so brave and kind." As the wind calmed down, Peacock Lamb looked at Rabbit Now differently. He realized that outer beauty couldn't compare to kindness and courage. "You are the most beautiful creature I've ever met, because of your wonderful heart. I may not have bright feathers, but I can be myself." From that day on, Peacock Lamb and Rabbit Now became best friends. They learned that while outer beauty may attract attention, inner beauty is what makes us truly loved and respected. Story: The Carp and the Ocean Wave. In a peaceful bay there lived a small carp with a big dream: to swim beyond the crashing waves and explore the vast ocean. Carp, gazing toward the sea, eyes sparkling with hope. I want to swim out to the great ocean, where I can become the strongest version of myself. Ocean Wave. You're too small, little carp. The sea is not for the weak. Without hesitation, the carp swam toward the open sea. But before going far, enormous waves came crashing in. Carp, I can't give up. I've made it this far already. Ocean Wave, turn back. The sea does not surrender easily. After being pushed back over and over again, the carp began to doubt himself. Carp, lying still at the sea bottom, eyes full of sadness. Maybe the wave was right. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Sometimes to pass through me, you need more than strength. You need willpower. But the carp didn't give up. He practiced every day despite being knocked down time and again. Carp to himself, with fire in his eyes, no matter how many times I fall, I'll rise again. This ocean, I will conquer it. Then one day, the carp conquered the tallest wave. The ocean no longer blocked his path but greeted him with silence and respect. Ocean Wave, you have conquered not just me, but the fear inside your heart. Thank you for making me stronger. The carp's journey reminds us, the path to our dreams is never easy. But with enough perseverance and determination, nothing is impossible. Story: The Rabbit and the Mysterious Forest. Once upon a time, in a peaceful little forest, lived a snow-white rabbit named Milo. Milo was always curious about the world, especially the dense, mysterious forest far away that no one dared to enter. Milo, no one knows what's inside that forest. I want to find out. Without hesitation, Milo entered the mysterious forest. The light dimmed, trees grew thicker. Though a bit afraid, curiosity led the way. So quiet, but so magical. Suddenly, Milo met a large owl named Otho, an old and wise resident of the forest. Though Otho looked stern, he was gentle and full of knowledge. Otho, this forest isn't scary if you learn to listen and observe. I want to learn, I want to understand this world. Otho guided Milo through the forest, listening to the wind, sensing the silence, reading the animal tracks. Every experience was a precious lesson. Let your heart lead the way. I think I'm starting to understand. After a long day, Milo said goodbye to Otho and returned home. Though still a little rabbit, his heart had grown. He realized that curiosity begins every journey, but it's the experiences that help us grow. From now on, I'll explore with both my heart and my mind. Every step of curiosity can lead us to a new world, but it is the lessons we learn along the way that truly shape who we are. Story: The Fox and the Market. On a sunny morning near a bustling market in the forest, a cunning fox was feeling hungry. It began scheming to trick others and get an easy meal. Fox, it smells so good. Grilled meat, bread, fruits, but how can I get it without getting caught? The fox decided to disguise itself as a traveling doctor. It wore glasses, threw on an oversized coat, and claimed it could cure illnesses in exchange for food. Headache? Stomachache? Dizzy? I'm the forest doctor. One treatment, healthy for 3 years. The innocent animals believed the fox. They gave him bread, fruit, even cheese, hoping to be cured. The fox secretly rejoiced as its greed grew stronger. Fox, I'm so clever. No hunting needed, and I still get a royal feast. But then a wise old turtle revealed the truth. He gathered everyone and exposed the fox as a fraud who never cured anyone. Honesty is a precious virtue, my friends, but liars must face the consequences. Fox, no, it's not what it looks like. From that day on, no one trusted the fox anymore. It learned that deceit leads only to regret, and greed takes away what's most valuable: trust. And that was the story of the fox in the market, a valuable lesson about honesty and the consequences of greed. Story: The Wolf and the Call of the Wild, a journey to find oneself. Once upon a time, a wolf got lost and wandered into a small village. The kind villagers took him in and raised him like a domestic dog. The wolf lived peacefully, with food and shelter, but deep in his eyes, there was a longing, as if he were searching for something forgotten. Though he was loved, the wolf still felt empty. Each night when the moon rose, he silently gazed toward the distant forest, where a familiar howl echoed, like a call from the past. One night, the wolf quietly left the village and ventured into the forest. There he met a wise old owl perched on a branch. The owl looked at him and said, "You were not born just for safety. There is a call in your heart. Go find it." Following the owl's advice, the wolf began his journey of self-discovery. He crossed deep forests, climbed cliffs, and faced fear and darkness. But the farther he went, the stronger his heart became, and his eyes grew brighter. At last, on a high mountaintop, the wolf heard the howl again, just like in his memories. From afar, a pack of wolves appeared. They welcomed him with familiar eyes. The wolf realized this was where he truly belonged. The wolf had returned to his true self. Life in the village was warm, but it wasn't where his heart belonged. Sometimes we must step out of safety, listen to the call within, to truly find ourselves. Moral: don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Trust yourself and bravely follow your inner calling, for that is the path to true freedom. And that wraps up our journey through 15 magical animal fairy tales, where nature whispers timeless lessons of friendship, courage, sharing, and wonder. If you felt the magic in these stories, don't forget to like, comment your favorite moment, and subscribe to stay with Pets Joy Moments on more emotional and heartwarming adventures. Always listen to nature. You never know, a beautiful lesson might be waiting just around the corner. See you in the next story. Pets Joy Moments, where emotions begin with the simplest things.